Hi friends, how are you? Okay, well today I'm working on delivering a video for the day at a time, and I'm looking forward to this reading. I'm dealing with my 13 Traveler's 13 Moon Almanac, okay? And I've got 3 of them, and my latest one just came through, and I'm very excited. Alrighty. And the day at a time is July 25th, 2013 for this year. And it's a significant date via the Mayan calendar. But just to rewind for a moment, I first received my first almanac for the year of 2012, and it was called the White Rhythmic Wizard Year. Okay, and it was significant for me because my galactic kin, or my code, my signature code, is called White Cosmic Wind. So when you have that, those, like the white in here is part of it. And I won't go into much more detail because I know it's sort of deep, but this one was for this year now, for the 2013 year, and this year was Blue Resonant Storm year. And just to highlight, on July 25th is the day at a time. The Planetary Peace Through Cultural Festival is observed annually on July 25th as a day to celebrate time as art and to share universal love and forgiveness. The Planet Art Network is a worldwide organization dedicated to the dissemination of the 13 moon calendar and the law of time. To help organize an event in your community, visit planetartnetwork.com, and I will highlight that on the bottom with the link here. But the reason why I'm doing this, because this is how we're going to go through the portal, okay? And this is the year. This is the year that we're going to do it, okay? All the other ones been setting us up to do it, but my dear friend Delia was the one who, she's an elder of the Mayan. She's the lady who brought me the amber from Palenque, okay? And she has taught me much, but what's fascinating about all this, and this has to deal with codes, okay, and trying to get into our telepathic ways. But for example, this first year that I received my book here was called White Rhythmic Wizard Year. And if you can see, it also works with the runes, okay? And this is Fehu, which I'll read in a moment here. And it also works with the I Ching symbols. And I do have my I Ching here just to bring some power to the table, which I'm not going to pull it out. But if you're familiar with the I Ching or I Ching, it can pronounce both ways. This is from Chinese medicine, okay, Chinese wisdom, and it's, you can see my book's all falling apart, but I wore this sucker out, and this is, if you want to learn into deep things, this is it. But just to highlight how this almanac works, it works with the I Ching, and it also works with the runes. And just to open up, and you know how I love my runes also, but I will just read about Fehu right here, this rune, okay, just to open up. And here, I wrote down here, the moon draws us towards union, reunion and merging, communication and rebirth. And just to read about the Fehu, if you see it's Fehu, okay, and so we continue. Fehu is a rune of fulfillment, and I'll just hold it up because you'll understand why I'm reading this. Fehu is a rune of fulfillment, ambition satisfied, love shared, rewards received. It promises nourishment from the most worldly to the sacred and the divine. For if the ancient principle, as above, so below, holds true, then we are also here to nourish God. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and the growth of a will. Another concern of Fehu is to conserve what has already been gained. This rune urges vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, for it is then that you are likely to collapse yourself into your success on the one hand or behave recklessly on the other. Enjoy your good fortune and remember to share it, for the mark of the well-nourished self is the ability and willingness to nourish others. Okay, and in here for the Galactic Almanac, what it reads for Fehu is is uh, is Fehu is the flaming abundance that initiates the throne. Okay, so I'm going to put my rune book here as a power deal, and I also have my Salvador Dali skull. Okay, you know that the Mayans were all about their crystal skulls, but this is my Salvador Dali skull. I don't have a crystal skull, and when I see one physically and I can touch it, then I'll get one. But just to read about my Dali skull here, Dali skull inspired by Salvador Dali's painting Sentimental Colloquy, 1944. The design of Sentimental Colloquy was used in Dali's painting and in the backdrop for a ballet of the same name, produced by the Ballet International in 1944. The bicyclist and the piano are both frequent Dali motifs. Images of the piano and cyclist parodied the Spanish provincial customs and the bourgeois culture of an elite public. Dali's preoccupation with death, plus influence from other artists' images of skulls, created another motif often present in many of his paintings. The skulls presented a dramatic narrative in a powerful way to stir the emotions and senses with spiritual references. Okay, so that's my little Dali skull right here. Okay, and yes, I love it. But we'll set him back here in his cave, his crystal cave, okay? His amethyst crystal cave. Now, again, this was my book, and why this was so important also, because this was the year, July 2012, when at 12/21 was the big date. Remember that everybody was all, but here it is. And now, on the day at a time falls on July 25th. So the new year, that's the New Year's Eve for the Mayan calendar. So the first day of the new year begins on July 26th. And it always opens with Fehu. Each one opens with Fehu. That is the theme for the reading here. They all start with Fehu. Okay? There's Fehu for the year of 2013, which will end on the 25th. But there's Fehu again. And now this is the new one from July 26, 2013 through July 25th, 2014. And just to highlight the importance of this rune, again, it begins the year for the Mayan calendar. So this is a very powerful rune, okay? That's what I'm trying to say here. Alrighty, but just to read the one from the 2012, Happy New Year, full moon, welcome to the white rhythmic wizard year that unlocks the key to the 8th Lord of Time. Awesome blowing 6 turquoise winds, the year of soul enlightenment. The bat totem for this moon represents rebirth and initiation. Now is the time to set your intention and purpose for the coming year. The solar birthday of Carl Jung, which is a synchronistic thing. Carl Jung, you know, he's the astrophysicist, the man. Synchronicity reveals the meaningful connections between the subjective and objective world. The 13 moon calendar begins on July 26th, which is the 207th day of the Gregorian calendar. Kin 207 is the day that codes 12/21/2012. Okay, so that is why they chose that date. It's so significant. Alrighty, and this was what 12/20, and for this year that ends in just a few days, it was Happy New Year. Now remember, this is the beginning of the new year. All right, so I'm reading for 2013 or for July 26, 2012 through now July 25th, 2013. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first day of the Blue Resonant Storm Year, which says Blue Resonant Storm Year. Return of the third lost generation, Yellow Magnetic Warrior. July 26th is the 207th day of the Gregorian calendar. Kin 207 is the day that codes 12/21/2012 in 148 days. Once the human mind is established in the 1320 timing frequency, then the frequency locks open. Okay? These are the keys. And what they mean by the 1320, and I'm just highlighting. Don't let your brain get beat up right now, but these are the 13 galactic tones, okay? And my tone was from my birthday, and I will also add from the lawoftime.org, José Argüelles, the man who designed all this. He's a star being in my opinion. Anyway, he is deceased now. He passed, but mine was cosmic, okay? So that's my tone. 13 tones, and you can see mine was cosmic, and I'm at the last, and that has meaning too, but we won't get there. And then we go to the 1320 seals, and mine was cosmic wind, which is, let's see. Here we go, white wind, white cosmic wind am I, and that's my little glyph, and with the lines, and you see all these little symbols here relate to the I Ching, okay? So that's the magnificence of how this man, this one man, designed all this. I'm just amazed, okay? And now for the opening for the the July 26th through July 25th, 2014. Again, we open with just to signify how important that rune is. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first day of the Yellow Galactic Seed Year, which is what we have here. Yellow Galactic Seed Year. In the 13 moon calendar, the year is also called the solar ring. Once the human mind is established in the 1320 timing frequency, then the frequency locks open. Okay, so this is all about opening up those portals, my friends. All righty, well, we're going to kind of move on from there. Now, I'm just going to pick one card of two decks. Now, this book, which I'm working with, the 2013 Oracle, okay, which I've not read. One card for any of you on the YouTube, but this card was, this deck of cards was written by David Carson, the author and the designer here, the artist of the medicine cards. And, you know, I have two decks here, and I have all of them, but I'm just going to pick one card from each. And I'm going to go and pick one card from the Oracle, and these are its cards, and I'll open this up when I do it. But just to read from what this book here is. Okay, the medicine cards author, David Carson, guides you through the 2012 portal, but now we're beyond that. Okay, he designed this book, I think it was in 2008, so he kind of set it up 5 years in advance, but now we're in it, so we got to keep moving. The rapid changes in our world have already begun as we approach 2012. Remind you, he designed all this, I think it was 2008. Our former ways of life are no longer working. Ancient metaphysicians foresaw this tumultuous time and left symbolic keys for our generation. And that's why they're saying we're unlocking these portals, because these are the keys we have. In the 2013 Oracle, David Carson, creator of the best-selling medicine cards, that's why I brought up my medicine cards to have their energy with us, gathers ancient clues to help us make a leap from struggle and conflict into infinite possibility. The knowledge of the Mayans, Aztecs, Toltecs, and mound builders was sculpted into stone and laid out in the designs of cities and calendars. The 2013 Oracle opens for us this world of power. Each card holds a key guidance for us in the 21st century. With the colorful Oracle book, interpreting these keys is easy. Find the answers to your immediate questions. Use the 2013 Oracle cards to help you meet new challenges. The lessons are ancient, writes Carson, but most relevant today than ever. Okay? So that's why I'm bringing out the medicine cards. And and look at I also brought out my beautiful my bird Maxwell's, because the macaws were revered and sacred back in the day. And here we have a location called Sacred Lands where they have all these peacocks that breed and they walk around. They're free to walk around on, I think it's like 2 acres of property. But I bundled up my boys, my Max's feathers. And oh my Lord, I wish I would have saved him back in the day. Okay, so we're going to start this reading, and I'm going to only pick 1 card of each deck. I'm going to pick 1 medicine card, and I'm going to pick 1 of here from the 2013 Oracle. And let me just set them down here for now, and I'm just going to pick 1 of these, and then I'm going to close with 1 card of my starlight cards. Okay, my star beam cards. And let's see. Okay, that should be turned over. Okay. All right. And I'll set it here. And now, I have 2 books. These are 2 decks, but just to show you back in the day, when I got this book, and you're going to see my biological name is Anna Yvette, but it was in January 1994. Okay, January 1994. All right, but that book is kind of messed up. So, all righty. So I'm going to select 1 card from here. 1 card, which the only reason I'm not critiquing this deck is so powerful, but I still don't know why they designed these little cards like that. I really don't understand that. But, okay, hold on. We have 1 in the book here, so we've got to put it back there. All right, but now this is, I'm reading from the book, and it's kind of lengthy information, so that's why I'm just doing it like this and just picking 1 card. But I want the Mayans to know that I am here for them, and I embrace them with spirit, and I'm here ready to take my key and unlock that portal, that gateway, that galactic gateway. And this is all about becoming telepathic also, my friends, okay? This is what we do. Okay, we got it stuck here. Okay, I'm going to pull this card right here because I'm only picking 1. And I'll just pick them first, and then we'll see what flips over. And then I align with these cards, the 23 Oracle cards. And hold on, I don't want to look at them. Okay. Okay, 1 card there. And they've got 4 jaguars here, which I won't take the time to read about the importance of the jaguar power, but that's one reason why I wear my jaguar, never take it off, never. Okay, and I've had it, I don't know, 7, 8 years. Okay, these cards are on the table, and then we'll finish these at last, for the last pick. All right, first card from the medicine cards. Coyote. Okay, well, we know that's the trickster, Coyote, and perhaps maybe we can say that's if we don't get our mind in check and we don't come from our soul and our heart, Coyote comes for us, no doubt about it. He is the trickster. Okay, now let me read about Coyote. Coyote, alrighty, the trickster. And you see, but the positiveness is what number is he? 13, which is the death transformation card, which I call it the lucky 13 because we now know this transformation is going on. And we must align, my friends. I just don't know how to explain it. If you don't align, you'll be left back. That's all. I got to find the right phrasing for it because it's not to, worry you. Don't get concerned. But if you're watching and following these videos, you already know that you're coming from a different source than ego. So, and I'm talking about the ones who don't watch these videos, are egomaniacs and hurting people, or, the government will say, okay? We're coming for him. Trickster Coyote. Coyote, you devil, you tricked me once more. Must I sit and ponder what you did it for? There you go, my friends. There are thousands of myths and stories about Coyote, the great trickster. Many native cultures call Coyote the medicine dog. If you have pulled this card, you can be sure that some kind of medicine is on its way, and it may or may not be to your liking. Whatever the medicine is, good or bad, you can be sure it will make you laugh, maybe even painfully. You can also be sure that Coyote will teach you a lesson about yourself. Coyote has many magical powers, but they do not always work in his favor. Okay. His own trickery fools him. Remember that? I shouldn't interrupt, but it just pops in my head that TV show when we were younger, if you're my age, Roadrunner, and the Coyote. Remember how many times he tried to flatline the Roadrunner, but the Roadrunner was working with his soul. Okay. Whatever the medicine, good or bad, you can be sure it will make you laugh and even painfully. You can also be sure that Coyote will teach you a lesson about yourself. Coyote has many magical powers, but they do not always work in his favor. His own trickery fools him. He is the master trickster who tricks himself. No one is more astonished than Coyote at the outcome of his own tricks. He falls into his own trap, and yet he somehow manages to survive. He may be banged and bruised by the experience, but he soon goes on his way to even greater error, forgetting to learn from his mistakes. He may have lost the battle, but he is never beaten. Coyote is sacred. In the folly of his acts, we see our own foolishness. As Coyote moves from one disaster to the next, he refines the art of self-sabotage to sheer perfection. And remember that one reading we had? We were talking about, it's about self-sacrificing ourselves. I think it was the Isis Oracle Tarot transition. We're here for self-sacrifice, to learn, but not to self-sabotage like Coyote. No one can blindly do themselves or others in with more grace and ease than the holy trickster. Coyote takes himself so seriously at times that he cannot see the obvious. For example, the steamroller that is about to run over him. That is why when it hits him, he still cannot believe it. Was that really a steamroller? I better go look, he says, and he is run over once more. Contained within trickster medicine is the humor of the ages. The cosmic joke is not just on ourselves but on everyone else if they are following Coyote or have strong Coyote medicine. Someone like this may be able to convince others that a skunk smells like roses, but the fact remains that it is still a skunk. Snooze time is over if you have pulled the Coyote medicine card. Watch out! Exclamation mark. Your glass house may crash to the ground at any moment. All your self-mirrors may shatter. The divine trickster is dogging you, and you may trip. Coyote scratches under his arm. He does a crazy dance. He catches his tail on fire playing with matches. He jumps in the fish pond to save himself and nearly drowns. Coyote seduces a concrete statue. Coyote thinks he has found a bone, but it is a rattlesnake. Everyone watches the comedic scene. Coyote is you, me, booby traps, jet airplanes with toilets that don't work, blind dates, and all the humorous and whimsical things we encounter along life's way. Get ready for more of the laughs, lots more. Go immediately beneath the surface of your experiences. Go immediately beneath the surface of your experiences. Ask yourself, what are you really doing and why? Is Coyote your medicine? Are you playing jokes on yourself? Are you trying to fool an adversary? Is someone tricking you? Do you want to fool an adversary? Is someone tricking you? Do you want to give the office geek the phone number of the beautiful new secretary? Or do you want to pull a boner on your best friend? When was the last time you did something just because it was crazy and fun? On the other hand, you may not be conscious of your own pathway of foolishness. You may have conned yourself, your family, your friends, or even the public at large into believing that you know what you are doing. But listen, Coyote, you are balled up in your own machinations. You have created a befuddling, bewildering, confounding trick. Pick up the juggler eyes from the ground and put them back in your sockets. See through the genius of your acts of self-sabotage. Find it amusing and laugh, trickster, laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself and your crazy antics, you have lost the game. Coyote always comes calling when things get too serious. The medicine is in laughter and joking so that new viewpoints may be assumed. If you have coyote medicine, you may use it to make stuffy old fogies lighten up, to add cheer to a party, or to break a death-grip conversation with ease. Look at the positive side of sabotaging nosy questions about your personal life. Have fun telling some gossiper that you just returned from St. Tropez in your new Lear jet. You see, people, it's all about, Coyote's all about bullshit. We can't do that anymore, okay? What's the BS giving us? Not much. You become a coyote trickster, and honestly, they say he's got medicine, but I guess they brought him out to because coyote obviously is an animal that's frequent here in the United States of America. It's just like a wild dog, so they had to put something in on him. But we're getting out of that. You know, if you want to go into this fifth dimension towards the stars and cosmos, we got to get away from Coyote. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so now we have, let me see here. I'm not familiar, but I can see a jaguar face, and I can see a wolf head, a snake head, and a falcon, it looks like, head, or eagle. Okay, let's see what this one is. Alrighty. This is deep stuff, people. I know it is. I hope I don't lose you, but this is important reading. It really is. We're coming through this gateway, my friends. It's here. It's here. And you need to understand, I'm not saying you have to go buy yourself a 13 moon cycle almanac, but, and I'll do some more just because this is just to, you know, bring forth the date for the July 25th. Okay, well, I'm just going to read here. All right, here we go. And this is called the advisors, and they're given advice. And this is the number 8, because one line is 5, and then 6, 7, 8 are the dots, so that equals 8. And just to turn it all around, we have an eagle head with the Mayan face. We have the jaguar with the Mayan face. We have the wolf with the Mayan face. And we have the snake with the Mayan face. So that's why this is called the advisor. Okay? And this is about advice. And I'll just highlight. And I've never read this card because if I did, I'd have written in it. All right. And we're going to just finish here. I'll hold up the card so you can see and you can try to figure out what you see. Advisors, advice. There are inherent truths hidden in the fabric of reality. Ancient experts were given the task of unraveling these truths and giving advice. There were advisors who were priestesses, priests, sibyls, seers, prophets, astronomers, dreamers, dancers, scholars, and many other kinds of specialists. The ancient advisors knew how to gaze into flames, bones, smoke, leaves, crystals, clouds, and animal behavior, and how to mirror their unheard voices. And again, we've been sharing that, you know, if you see an animal, you read about their totem animal essence, okay? If you see repeated of wild animals out there, even if it's a coyote in your backyard, you read about their essence. 8, and obviously 8 is a number I like. 8 is the advisor card's number. The number 8 has achieved knowledge and authority. As such, 8 becomes a guiding number. In the ideal, advisors guide and assist one in the process of evolving to a higher state. The ancient calendars were divided into 8 parts and charted 8. Venus counterclockwise. Venus counterclockwise positions in alignment with Earth. The number 8 can be very lucky. Ooh, mama. And just to rewind for a second, this book, Venus, when they in this 2013 Oracle, Venus is all in the house in this book. Okay? All in the house. I just want to highlight. She is, they write about planets Venus, all about it. And that's why she gave us their transit last June. Okay, advisors can help you shape a strategy for radically altering your field of play. If you seek advice, listen to plants, animals, trees, elders, minerals, ancestors, spiritual teachers, or other sensible experts. Advice is germane to the surroundings. Learn to heighten your awareness of the immediate. See with new eyes the scene unfolding around you. The signs are waiting for your interpretation. Pray, meditate. Oh, my friends, please, we have to pay attention how long we've been saying prayer, meditate. Since I've been on the YouTube, and that was in November of 2011. Teach yourself a divinatory system. Take responsibility for your actions. Teach children that they are capable of conscious decision making and do not have to be the victims of cultural bias and conditioning. And that's so true. These children become our future leaders. We have to, and they're coded now. That's why I believe these star seeds are coming, because they're not going to, grow up to be Hitlers. The world is alive when you respond to the synchronicity of each moment. Animals, the weather, trees, and plant spirits offer you the wisdom of the ages. There are countless stories of human lives saved because someone paid attention. Advisors are related to 4 different levels of understanding: emotional, physical, cyclical, and spiritual. Good advisors minimize stress. Advisors tell us that life is a process and we need to get past our difficulties. We need to release and not cling to problems, and that's what we've been saying. Do not have fear. And as Isis has repeated to me, my child, do not be fearful. Okay, if you are simply looking for practical advice, there is a rich landscape of advisors in offices and libraries. Do some intelligent digging to find the right advisor. Good advisors are solvers and not a hidden furtherance to your problems. In other words, that they don't string you out. Yeah, don't string us out, people. Sometimes I see, I'm not even going to go there on this YouTube. But anyway, I'm just feeling this. I don't know how to drill it any farther into everybody's heads. Okay, the advisor card may suggest that you have inadequate information about a given situation. It may indicate the need for concentrated analysis and planning. It says to be relentless and thorough in your pursuit of the facts. Ask yourself, I'm sorry for the lighting. Ask yourself, how do I get organized to pursue my intentions? Is there an objective observer or wise person you can draw upon for support? An advisor can act as an advocate for a particular point of view. A true advisor teaches one how to become aware and how to avoid inner conflict. And my friends, just to say, there's a quote I like: be aware or beware. Okay? Be aware or beware. The true advisor's great gift is the recognition of every aspect of a problem. Advisors teach us how to face into both light and darkness, and that means to discover your real power within. And again, my friends, I've never read this page before. You see, I can tell you when I read something because I write in it. Never written it, but be fierce and fearless. Okay, it's all about within. Divination, and you know what? I believe in the darkness. It's the balance. It's nothing wrong. It's when you stay down in that pit. That's where the imbalance is. Divination is such a tool. For instance, what advice does the puma have for you? Does the puma point you to a whole new role within the question? Eagle sees the complexity of any situation and sees the need for adjustments. Snake is wise and grounded and can find the exact spot within a question to focus energy. Wolf may suggest you seek advice from a recognized authority. And I guess I said this was a jaguar, but it's a puma, okay? There's a puma, wolf, eagle, and snake. Okay. Advisor's card tells you to listen to the advice that is all around and to access your deepest knowing. Do not expect advisors to provide you with a complete answer. This card instructs you to examine your advice carefully and look critically at what is working for you and what is working against you. Obtain clarity and then act upon your understanding. The advisor you seek is within. There you go. And we've talked about that too. It all comes from within, my friends. Okay, it all does. You know, you can listen, and just like when you're watching the media, okay, if you listen to them and take it that it's 100%, who gets fooled, who gets tricked by the coyote, the media, the government coyotes. That's why coyote came up, because this is what I feel the government's all about, misleading us. So now we have to become our own advisors and join this galactic portal that is here. We can't deny it, okay? The world didn't blow up at 12/21/12, okay? And the star beings are here. And those runes, I know, were designed by extraterrestrials. I believe in that. I totally do, okay? And I'm going to pick one card. I'm going to turn my head. But here we have it. You have to start looking within. Forget about that media. You know, counsel yourself. Think about it. You know, meditate on it. Pray about it. Love, earth connection. I join with the earth. We travel through the cosmos together. And this is what this you see the symbolism here? This is all the electromagnetic energy around earth. Okay, this is what this all has to do with. Okay, I join the earth. We travel through the cosmos together. And this is what this synchronicity of the 13 moon almanac is all about. And remember, 13 moons, 28 days. We have our full moon cycle that comes. The moon comes around every 28 days. And that's why this is the 13 moon. And I will explain more of how this works with the 13 moon too. But please, my friends, it's time for us to say, okay, right. We move forward. And I'm going to say it again. You see how we are as readers or anybody who talks about the mystic on whatever shows you watch, just know that these governments have them too, okay? And their mystics, that's why do you think they don't speak like this on you know, generic TV? Because they don't want us to have this information. So that's why you have to go within. That's why you have to meditate. That's why you have to learn how to channel the information from the cosmos. They want to give it to us. They have been giving it to us. But we're so, and now with the day and age, with the technology, you know, again, once a day, turn the technology off, half hour, an hour, you know, turn on some, you know, beautiful frequency music, okay, the tones. You want to hear those tones, those vibrations, all righty? Okay, my friends. Okay, I'm talking too much again, but these videos get long on me, my friends. But this one is learning. This one is education. It's not just pulling a card. It's time. Don't let those governments or your bosses or even your own family members trick you into what you know in your core is not correct. And even if you don't know logically, then you go to a library. You surf the net and get 10 research. You know, if you have a question, look up 10 and see what resonates. Okay, just like the readers on the YouTube, if you follow the readers, some you connect to, some you don't. It's the same feeling, but overall it's like the astrologers. You know, you might not resonate to them as a personality, but nonetheless, they've got the map. Okay, so we're taking the map and we're going to go to the cosmos. Okay, and that's where God wants us to, the higher forces that be. That's where the abundance comes through. Okay? All righty, my dears, in Lak'ech. Okay? Peace out.